2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
We didn't go over this in rehearsal.
No.
Here we go.
We're talking over Cougar.
I thought she was done.
Sorry, Cougar.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's Wednesday with Mike and John. Got it going on. Brought to you by our official Giggle Realtor. What's his name again?
I believe it's Jordan Genso.
That's it. Jordan Genso, official Giggle Realtor. Community servant, community realtor. Coming up today, we're going to find out about cheese and beer.
Yeah, we are. I mean, more than we already know. As a matter of fact, we're going to learn about we're going to get cultured, fella.
That'll be a first for us.
Well, you know.
And speaking of culture, there's nothing like having some beer and cheese and going to the theater.
Right.
So we'll do that as well.
Yeah, we were talking about the Sound of Music for the Community Theatre of Howell.
Sometimes I like how music sounds. Sometimes I don't.
Well, yeah.
It depends on
That's true.
the song.
But looks like a very interesting production. We'll be talking with the lead from that, Captain Von Trapp.
Captain VT?
Captain VT.
Captain VT.
I guess we
they should make an updated version, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Captain VT?
Make him like a superhero. Kind of go the Marvel route with Sound of Music.
That could
just
be
have
interesting.
Iron Man come in and just wipe out all the Nazis.
Oh, okay. John's had two pots of coffee, not just as usual half a pot.
I didn't get a lot of sleep, and so I hit the coffee early.
We're in trouble. And guess what? We got a winner last night in Tuesday night trivia, and a couple of other people two people at least got the right answer. So we'll check that out in just a little bit. Also, your 2-cent history lesson coming up. And, of course, the latest local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. Following revelations that a swastika was placed on a tree near the property of a community organizer, authorities returned to the scene Tuesday for further investigation. As Gigo News first reported on Tuesday, Julia Hashi, who created the Livingston Integrity Group to promote transparency and honesty, on April 2nd found a large swastika spray-painted on a tree just off her property line. She said it happened a day after her personal information had been posted online by a group that was opposed to the district's recently passed millage, which Livingston Integrity had publicly supported. She noted that the tree had visible ash and burn marks as evidenced by a close-up video she took and provided to authorities. Ohashi said the Oakland County Sheriff's Office responded to the incident initially, but she decided to later reach out to the FBI, especially as her husband is one of the few racial minorities in their neighborhood. While the FBI's Detroit office would neither confirm nor deny they were looking into the incident, Ohashi said investigators from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office returned to inspect the tree on Tuesday. Further, she said she was contacted directly by Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard, who assured her that his office was taking the investigation seriously. A Fenton man has been bound over for trial in a fatal crash last year in Tyrone Township. 36-year-old Robert Albert of Fenton waived his exam last week for his role in the fatal crash that occurred in September of 2022 at the intersection of Denton Hill Road and Denton Creek Drive. Albert was charged with 1 count of second-degree murder, a count of operating while intoxicated causing death, and 1 count of operating while intoxicated causing serious injury. An investigation by the Livingston County Sheriff's Office determined Albert was driving a 2003 Chevy Silverado. It was southbound on Denton Hill Road when it crashed into an eastbound 2017 Chevy Camaro, attempting to turn north from Denton Creek Drive. As a result, both vehicles left the roadway and required heavy extrication. The driver of the Camaro, a 46-year-old woman from Fenton, succumbed to her injuries at the scene. Her 48-year-old male passenger was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. Albert was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. His 37-year-old female passenger was treated and released at the scene. Albert remains jailed on a $400,000 cash surety bond pending a June 2nd pretrial hearing. And the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Oral Health Program announces that 5 Michigan water systems, including one locally, have been awarded the 2022 Community Water Fluoridation 50-Year Award. The city of South Lyon is among the recipients being recognized for continuously adjusting and maintaining the amount of fluoride in drinking water for the prevention of tooth decay in adults and children. The other communities were Baraga, Owasso, Ravenna, and Wakefield. The award is given to those communities that achieved excellence in community water fluoridation by maintaining a consistent level of fluoride in drinking water for 50 consecutive years, starting in 1972. And you'll find more details on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
And that's good math from John King.
Well, it was right here, actually.
I kind of thought
It was
that.
written down.
Yes, it was. News.
I mean, I
brought to you
could have got out my calculator. But it's on my phone.
Sure.
I'm reading off my phone. So
by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers bringing you this newscast. And Mother's Day is Sunday.
You keep reminding me.
Today is Wednesday.
My days are running
And
short.
we're running out of time here. Shop and win and save on pearls at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers just in time for Mother's Day. You'll save $30 when you spend $200, $50 when you spend $300, and $100 when you spend $500 or more. Plus a free bonus gift for Mom. You get to draw a gift card out of one of the Main Street neighbors of Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. When you spend $300 or more, it's a little bonus for spending $300 or more at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. So shop, save, and win, especially on pearls. Matter of fact, if you go to Cooper and Binkley's Facebook page, you'll see some of the beautiful pearls they have for sale, and the necklaces and different things you can do with pearls at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. So last night in Tuesday night trivia, I tried to put something out there that would be very easy to answer. And maybe it wasn't as easy to answer as I thought it would be. It was easy to answer, but easy to get the right answer, not necessarily.
Right.
All right. So did you review some of the responses?
I did right now. I was busy.
I know you were busy. You had to make coffee. The question, Tuesday night trivia with the bonus prize. First with the right guess, right answer, is going to win a $25 Starbucks gift card. Courtesy of Firehouse Doors.
Right.
OG sponsor and sponsor of our trivia questions.
They are the OGs.
Yes, they are. Not to be confused with the OJs.
No.
The OGs. Firehouse Doors, serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled service and products in Dancing Johns.
Yeah, well, no. No. As a matter of fact, they guarantee you when they come out to work on, repair, or install your garage door, I will not be there dancing. There will be no dancing John.
Although that would be a little bonus.
I don't think it would be, no.
John can be hired out to dance at parties.
Well, that's true.
If you'd like. You got a graduation party coming up?
Hey, lady.
Does the white man overbite?
Oh, God, yeah.
Not that kind of party.
You remember that scene on Friends where Danny DeVito showed up? It'd be much like that.
The Dancing John.
Yeah.
All right. So the question, where were we?
I don't know. I'm lost.
Totally distracted. 34% of Americans surveyed said this is the last thing they do before going to bed.
Yeah.
What is it?
Very last thing.
Very last thing.
You know, we all have our little routines.
See, now, to me, shutting off the light would be...
Well, I suppose that's true. If you're going to get super...
If you're going to get super technical,
yeah.
But that's part of the going to bed, like,
Yeah.
Pulling up the covers and all that.
Right. George, actually, just 3 minutes ago.
3 minutes ago, George.
He doesn't want to be called 3 Minute George. Said, go over the next day's schedule in their mind. So that's after you turn out the light, usually. You're kind of laying there and...
Okay, what do I got going on?
I got to do? Oh, I got to do that.
Got to go to the podcast.
Oh, my God. I got to
deal
meet
with
that
him.
guy again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Check all the doors, said Dawn. Yeah. Turn the fan on so you don't get hot flashes.
Well, I have a fan every night.
All the time.
365. My wife loves it, especially in the winter.
Jessica said take an edible.
Well,
some people need that.
We're in a new age now, you know?
Sure.
Mary said kiss their spouse.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. After you take an edible. I love you.
Jill said take off their socks. Yeah, some people like to sleep in socks.
No.
And that's a little weird.
I can't do that.
Quite frankly.
I can't do it.
No, you need your toes free.
I do need that.
You got to air out the feet.
And yeah, I got to untuck the covers. I can't have tucked in.
We're getting way too much bad information out of you. Just
sorry.
So you know.
And then I like to hang my feet sometimes over the edge.
Let the dog lick them. Lick my toes, Rocky.
That's normal.
Sure it is. Set the coffee pot on so it's ready to go in the morning.
Yeah, if you got
that's a great guess.
Automatic ones, yeah. Our good friend Todd said check for Packer.
I was going to say it has to be something to do with Packers.
Yeah, of course.
Set the sleep mode on the timer for the TV, said Sherilyn. Use the bathroom, said Sheena. Well, that sometimes happens, especially for guys.
After you,
yeah. I'm in bed. Hour. Really?
Danielle said turn on their CPAP. Huh? You know, if you use a CPAP
but that's
machine,
34% of Americans. Do you think
more,
that many
more people are using
CPAPs?
them? I mean, you know, it's
They make all the noise.
You know, they make a CPAP machine now, or the mask that looks like the alien from Aliens. So it looks like the thing is on your face, like it's and it's going to burst out of your chest.
That's attractive. We're going to be lucky tonight.
Well, lucky as ever. Mary said, watch TV.
Yeah. Kim said, set the alarm. Dawn said, set out your clothes for the next day. Sometimes I'll do that, but not every night.
I don't set them out, but I'll usually,
you know in your
I'll
head.
spy.
Hey.
I'll be like,
that's tomorrow.
I'm going to wear my black polo.
I'm going to wear my burgundy T-shirt.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelley said brush your teeth, and
right.
that should be done, yeah.
The way you would hope.
Sometimes.
It doesn't have to be last, but...
somewhere in that
you know,
regimen.
if you brush your teeth and then have a piece of cake, that's probably not a good order of events.
A couple of people said pray.
Yeah, Ann said pray.
Yeah.
What are you praying for?
Jeff said burp or fart. I'm not really praying for that.
You're praying that your spouse doesn't burp or fart.
Let's see if there's any other one.
Lauren says turn on or listen to a podcast.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Now, wait a minute, Lauren. What are you saying there? Like, this podcast puts me to sleep.
Hi there.
Certainly not our podcast. Certainly not our podcast. It's not what Lauren... Wake up! All right. That's just in case.
Val said take their medication or vitamins. A lot of people saying kiss their significant other.
Linda said position their pillow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a great one.
Yeah.
Probably more than 34%.
Because you want it. Everyone's got their own little setting.
And how did it change so much from the night before? What happened?
Who's been sleeping in my bed? This one's just right.
Ann said check their email. There may be an emergency email before you go to bed.
Yeah.
That prince from Nigeria might be.
That's bad, but I probably do that. So we did get some correct answers.
Yes, the first one with the right answer, which was drink some water.
Drink water.
Drink water.
Yeah.
Was Ryan. Ryan Deere. Ryan wins the Starbucks gift card, courtesy of OG sponsor Firehouse Stores. And Kimberly Marie also guessed drink a glass of water. So they both will go in the drawing on Friday for the Main Street May drawing with show sponsor Jordan Genso, community realtor, community servant, and official Giggle Realtor.
Right.
And those gift cards are going to be located at a local business in downtown Brighton.
They are indeed, which we're going to talk about in just a minute here.
A minute?
A minute or so.
A minute and a half, actually.
Yeah, a minute or so.
A
minute-ish.
Minish.
Yeah. But, of course, Jordan Genso, show sponsor. And with Main Street May, he's focusing on different downtown businesses in Brighton. Of course, they're dealing with all the construction. And so we want to make sure that they're getting supported as they should. And so each week, Jordan is stashing $100 in gift cards to various Brighton businesses for downtown businesses. And he will be locating them at different businesses downtown. So last week, it was Captain's on Main. This week, they're being stashed at Culture Beer and Cheese.
Is that why we're getting cultured today?
Yeah, we're going to get some culture in just a minute here. So the winner, which we'll do the drawing tomorrow on Friday's podcast. Or no.
Friday.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow.
I thought today was...
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, man, that's a bummer.
Coffee really messes with your brain, doesn't it? Just say no to coffee, kids.
Anyway, on Friday's podcast, we'll draw the winner, and they'll win that $100. Oh, by the way, it's not a basket. Jordan did get back to us.
All right. It's not a basket.
He said he hit the easy button, and they're just gift bags. And they got the gift. They got the gift.
Well,
bags
he had about 24 gift bags laying around his house. So
right.
That's why.
When you think about it, I think people don't care.
No, it doesn't care what they come in.
You're like, I got now because you get a basket. You're like, what am I going to do with this
You really
basket?
could just stack them and rubber band them.
What am I going to do with this basket? I mean, I got to put a dog in it, and what the hell am I doing?
Put a dog in it and go to Oz.
Exactly. Who needs a basket? Who needs radio?
Who does need a basket? All right. So Carly Leisk is the owner of Culture Beer and Cheese.
Indeed. And I took a visit there last week.
Hello.
Hi, Carly. It's Mike and John.
Good morning, Mike and John.
We hear John was in your place the other day.
That's true. Yeah, we allowed him to come in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There was a security procedure. They saw me coming.
Did you shake your head and go, not him?
But for anyone that's not ever been to Culture Beer and Cheese, what a fantastic business this is. I mean, you've got the wall of beer on the back wall, and then you've got the wall of cheese on the other wall.
Hey, you got your cheese in my beer. Just it's so many different varieties of meats and cheeses and beers, and you seem to know pretty much every one of them. You have a very you can call Carly an expert in beer.
I would say you are a beer and cheese and meat expert. Is that?
Thank you. I pride myself on trying to know a lot of different styles. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to drink every single one of those beers that come through my shop. I personally do that homework for you.
That's the kind of commitment that people need to honor.
Exactly. People aren't really thinking about all that hard work that I'm doing.
Now,
making sure your pairings are going to work perfectly.
Exactly. And I got one of the cheese and meat boxes to go. And you were telling me all the various, this cheese will pair with this meat. And it was awesome. Me and my wife just enjoyed that so much.
Thank you.
And one of the things, though, is I'm what I have not been able to try yet, and I think I'm going to have to come back in and try it, is the grilled cheese. You really are renowned for the grilled cheese sandwich that you serve up.
I know. You should have come back this Friday. We had an excellent day for it. Our grilled cheese has become, quite the hit. I'm so proud of it. It's a delicious blend of Gruyere, our house favorite sharp cheddar. I hand make these beer-soaked caramelized onions every week, and it fills the entire building with the smell of caramelized onions, which is amazing. A little bit of local Mrs. Dog's mustard and Great Harvest bread, and it's a wonderful combination.
So let me get this straight. You're not taking 2 pieces of bread out of the Wonder Bag and then putting
them in the toaster,
putting a couple of slices of the American cheese on there. This seems to be a little bit more complex.
Yeah, well, I just thought unwrapping the American cheese slices would be a little bit too time-consuming.
Okay, that's wise.
So we grate up our own, yeah.
So how did you get into all of this, as far as the beer and cheese combinations, and then creating your own place?
I started working in cheese in 2010 in Manhattan at a big French-American bistro called Artisanal. So I learned a lot about cheese, obviously, there, and we did a lot of wine pairings because it was French place. But on my own and personal travels, craft beer was really becoming huge, and I was more drawn to beer, and I thought it'd be really fun to see how beer and cheese paired well together. In my brain, all that carbonation, all those little bubbles that you get with the beer really help to clean up all the fattiness of the cheese left on your tongue. So you're really getting a fresh bite each time. And I think there's just so many amazing complexities and nuances in the wide world of craft beer that you can really get a better, more precise pairing a lot of times than you can with wine.
Yeah, I guess, like you said, you're working at a French restaurant where, wine is, that's obviously the...
Well, everybody, when they go out to eat, it's like white goes with this, red goes with that, or a rosé goes with something different. Right. And you're doing the same type of thing with beer.
Yeah, I want to just kind of put a little bit of a fresher spin on it. I hate to say a younger take because it's definitely not for just younger people, and I'm not that young anymore. But just a new, different perspective on things.
Yeah.
And then I got very lucky, and there was a store opening up in my neighborhood in Queens, New York, that was a craft beer focused and cheese focused place. And I said, "Ooh, okay, well that's the place for me." And I went there and told them that they needed to hire me, and they did.
They listened. Yes.
Is that how that works? Hire me.
So how do how does one go about knowing? I mean, just as far as what goes with what?
Like, was there a cheese Yoda that kind of passed down the knowledge?
Or did you have to taste all the cheese and all the beer and make sure and go from what goes with what?
In terms of my pairing, it really is just going off of my own taste buds and my own flavor palettes and just any other time that you're reading recipes and you say, oh yeah, lemon helps to brighten up this kind of note, you can have a little bit of acid here. Same thing works with that. You have a nice bright lemony goat cheese. You think, okay, I might want something like a nice bright saison or a wheat beer that has a little bit of citrus to it to kind of mimic and match those flavor tones.
Now, what's the most popular? If
cheese?
somebody's when somebody comes in and it's like, okay, they don't necessarily know a lot, or their palate is we'll call it like a virgin palate. They just don't know how to match up beer and cheese.
Not us, Carly.
No,
we're not talking about us.
No.
Clearly.
We're good at that.
But for those uninitiated idiots,
most guys are
right.
beer and cheeseburger. When you look at the simplification of guys, that's pretty much what it is. But you're talking about people with an established palate and that like to be what do you call that? Is that a tasty, like a foodie,
a cheesy,
a beery cheesy?
A turophile would be a cheese lover.
Oh,
a turophile.
A turophile. And now I can't think of the one for beer because it's early in the morning. Do you guys know that it's this early in the morning?
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, every morning we know. So,
but for people who are newbies, we usually start off with some of our house favorites, and we keep it to the mild side for them. People always love the Drunken Goat from Spain, which is a semi-firm, kind of young goat cheese that spends a couple months of its life hanging out in a bath of red wine. Who wouldn't want to spend a couple months?
The cheese, not
in
the
a bath of red
goat.
wine.
They don't have a goat in a vat of red wine.
Well, that's why it's called a Drunken Goat.
That's what I was going to say. I just want to make sure we're talking about the cheese, but yeah. Okay.
Definitely cheese. I mean, maybe the goat too. It could be a full immersive experience. But the cheese spends 2 months in the wine. It kind of neutralizes the acidity typically found with goat's milk cheese. So it's really mellow. It's really smooth. It's really fruity, and it's really popular even among people who don't typically like goat cheese. The other really popular one is the Prima Donna 18-month aged Gouda, which was created to be a hybrid of Gouda and Parmigiano. So you get these sweet caramelly Gouda tones, and you get these sharper, nuttier Parmesan notes. And because it's aged for 18 months, it started to crystallize a little bit. So you get those little crunchy bits in the cheese.
Oh, okay.
People are always asking, what are these crunchy, salty bits? Are these salt crystals? And they're actually sugar crystals that have formed over time
from the wine.
When the milk sugars.
From the milk sugars.
In
the cheese.
Yeah, just in aged cheeses. Yeah. Sorry, not related to the Drunken Goat.
We can't get over the Drunken Goat. And so, and people, obviously people have different palates. Like some people like super sharp flavors. Others don't necessarily. They want more mellower
Of
flavors.
course, there's something for everyone.
Yeah, and you can kind of, and I know when I was in there, you can kind of direct people to like, well, this tastes like you were saying, like this has a kind of a nutty flavor. You might like this, and so I think for anyone that stops by Culture Beer and Cheese in downtown Brighton, you can kind of walk them through something if they don't already know. You can sort of they can get a good grasp on these things from you.
Exactly. And samples are key.
That's true.
Always get a free sample of what you want to try, because that's the best way to know if you like something.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, you gave me a sample. Like it was a little spoon, and you took out some soft cheese. And I can't remember exactly what the cheese was at the time, but it was almost like ice cream. I felt like I was getting I was sucking on that thing for like, this is good.
I'm going to carry this spoon.
Yes, I call that my salted butter cheese.
That
is French triple creme, Delice de Bourgogne, and it's amazingly decadent.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. So when you talk about pairing up cheese with beer, and like you said, you've got the wall of beer back there, and all just kinds of different, hard ciders and beers, and again, just like the cheese, different flavors and styles that people, whatever they may enjoy. So, like, what cheese would pair up with, say,
a Pabst
Schlitz?
With beer, you don't carry.
Yeah, if you're doing a Schlitz, you probably want to go for something really, really mellow. Maybe keep it Wisconsin and do a Wisconsin Colby.
Okay.
Something that's just going to be not too challenging. Pabst, same thing. They don't really make too many. Well, Pabst used to be from Texas. I don't know if everyone knows that.
Wow. Learn a little bit of something.
Now, and you were from Texas too.
I am from Texas. That's how I know it, because they still have the old sign downtown.
All right. See, even when people go, I don't want to say low brow, but maybe low shelf.
Wow. You're
with
tough.
the Pabst.
Okay, listen.
Sorry.
Okay, El Schlitzo. Well, wait a minute. Since we're talking beer and we have a beer expert here, we should add, Carly, have you seen the choices for the Mike and John Brew?
I have. I may have already cast my vote.
All right.
Yes. Now, what did the beer expert? Which one?
Do you mind sharing that? I mean, it could be private information.
Yeah, voting. It could be. Yeah.
Well, I'm sharing my vote. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I wanted the lavender vanilla one.
Oh.
I thought that would sound really lovely and very springtime. I know people were interested in the pog with the Scotch bonnet, but I was worried that it'd be too spicy for John.
We are also we are also worried about.
Don't get that.
Is
there any of those types of flavors that you've come across and you're shaking your head going, I don't know how anybody could drink that?
Oh, all the time. All the time. I had a beer recently. I think we just sold out of it, but it was a banana and hazelnut and marshmallow beer. And I thought, okay, this just sounds really weird. And I didn't really, I wanted it because I was very curious. And honestly, I'm so glad I got it because it tasted like a Nutella banana crepe.
Oh.
And I would have never thought to get a banana stout before.
I just want to know. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. I would say it's surprisingly amazing. So I'm glad I took that chance.
So sometimes it's something doesn't sound like it's going to be good, but then the taste is like, oh, wait a minute, this does work. So, for instance, like we were talking about the option number 2 in our poll, passion fruit orange guava with the Scotch bonnet pepper. Now, we don't know. We assume somehow this is not going to be flavorful, but it sounds like I'm sure it will be blended well.
Exactly. You want to put your trust in eternity that they're going to use a light hand on the Scotch bonnet and they're not going to completely blow out all the other flavors that they're putting in there.
Right. Unless they got a bet going back in let's see King lose it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't piss them off.
Yeah. No, not at all. And of course, since you mentioned it,
he's pissed off more people than we care to mention.
Shh. Of course, Mike and John night, June 1st at Eternity Brewing.
Smooth.
And just thought I'd mix that in there. And right now in our poll, though, option number 4 is in the lead with 34% of the votes. That's the lemon, peach, and black tea combination. And then that pog with the Scotch bonnet pepper is right behind at 31%. 24% want the hibiscus raspberry lime zest mint. And then, I guess maybe, Carly, you recommending option 1, the lavender
could
vanilla
give it
bean,
that bump.
This could be the Carly Leisk bump.
Because honestly,
this could be my moment.
Yeah, this could be it.
When the pairings came out, I said, vanilla and beer. I love vanilla. The lavender I was questioning because I'm not a real big lavender fan. So how would that feel on the palate?
Well, so I didn't know if they said what kind of beer that was going to be.
Oh, it'll be a blonde ale.
All of them are starting with
it would be a blonde.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was picturing something different because I'm that way. I think the lavender would just be really nice and soft and just give it, obviously a floral quality with lavender. You have to be very careful to not be too heavy so it doesn't come off soapy. But I thought that the vanilla in there would help to keep it a little bit on the sweeter side.
All right. So what cheese would you pair with option 1 with the lavender, vanilla bean, lemon zest? What do you think? What cheese might go with that?
Swiss.
I would I would do either a mellow brie or maybe a bright goat cheese, depending on how much of the lemon came through.
All right. What would you pair with the pog Scotch bonnet pepper combination?
Ooh, that one sounds like the Prairie Breeze cheddar might be nice to play off of all those fruits. And especially when you have something a little spicy, having something a little salty or a little sweet, and the Prairie Breeze is both, would really help to counterbalance that spice for you.
All right. And then the hibiscus raspberry lime zest mint. You didn't know there was going to be a quiz, did you? What would pair with the hibiscus raspberry lime zest mint combination?
Oh, Drunken Goat sounds fantastic for that.
And then
the fruits of the Drunken Goat.
Okay. All right. And then the fourth option, the lemon peach black tea.
I hate tea. So that's my answer for that one.
What beer goes good with mozzarella?
Schlitz, Pabst,
Okay.
Yinling if you're on the East Coast.
You're starting to name all these fancy cheeses, and you're talking to the guy here who knows cheddar, American, Swiss, and Colby. Mozzarella, provolone, and that's about it. There's much more.
Yeah, there's much more. And, of course, you'll find it all at Culture Beer and Cheese, downtown Brighton. And as you can tell, Carly knows her stuff, whether it's beer or cheese.
Or all the stuff in between with the crepes and the sandwiches and
so many other
jams
things
and
in
honey
there.
and
Right.
olives and all that kind of stuff you'll find at Culture Beer and Cheese.
Make sure to go and check them out if you have not been before, and all kinds of great stuff. And with Mother's Day coming up, I think you're taking orders for maybe some Mother's Day meat and cheese
We
trays.
certainly are.
Yeah.
Mom loves cheese.
Yeah, so get those orders in soon. And of course, Carly Leisk with the Culture Beer and Cheese. Thank you so much. And again, we're going to do the drawing on Friday, and the winner there will win the $100 in gift cards that they will pick up at Culture Beer and Cheese.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Absolutely.
Carly, thanks so much. We learned a little bit. We learned a lot, actually.
We learned a lot, actually. Okay. Have a great day.
All right, Carly, thanks.
Thanks, fellas. You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, hey, coming up tomorrow on the show, Rich Perlberg joins us for The Less You Know. Do we know?
We do not know.
No?
He usually tells us
He'll wing it by us. And,
we just go, okay, sure, whatever.
Is that how we do that? I usually say, oh, okay, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
All right, so the Sound of Music is coming back to the stage.
The Hills are alive.
That's what I heard.
I don't know if you
With
knew
what? I'm not sure. With the Sound of Music?
Well, yeah.
All right, so Rob Summers plays Captain Von Trapp. He joins us on the line. Good morning, Rob.
Hi, good morning. How are we?
He didn't even say hi. See, I just knew he was there.
Oh,
I
he's
had a sense
smooth.
that
He
Captain
was
Von
smooth.
Trapp was on the line.
I mean, this is a pro here.
Yeah.
As Mike said, Rob, you're playing the one of the leads in the show. Sound of Music opens up this Friday night, right?
That's correct.
Right,
That's
opening
correct.
night at Community Theatre of Howell, and obviously, so many people know this story, through the movie, if nothing else. And so it's a classic story, and there's such great music that goes with this, and so tell us about the production that folks are going to come see at Community Theatre of Howell.
Sure, no problem. No, it's an honor to be part of the production. To be honest with you, it's my first time actually being part of CTH. I've done theater in my younger years, and then hadn't been away from it for years, and then just in the last 4 or 5 years, I've gotten into the shows. But it's exactly what you just described. It's those kind of warm, mushy feelings that you had, and then watching those original movie with Julie Andrews and others. Just great singing, great costuming, and just a production that people put a lot of effort from the community to give a great show.
I think we need you to break into a verse of Edelweiss.
A little early in the morning for us, but we'll get maybe by the end of this one, as my voice warms up.
No, you were supposed to be like you were supposed to say, "Oh well, I just happen to have my guitar right here."
The guitar, over to the side here.
Yeah. Oh, how did that get here?
My son played Captain Von Trapp for, I think it was like a 4th or 5th grade production. It was probably 4th grade, and I remember having to download the song so he could learn the vocals for it. And and of course, it was as a youngster would do. But I'm sure you're going to do a lot better.
I would imagine so. And the show looks amazing. Awesome costumes. You got a great cast as well.
Yeah, it goes without saying. I know there's some definitely CTH veterans that are part of it. Hannah, who plays Maria. There's a lot of other folks that I know have been in other productions as well. But we've got some new folks too, which really it's exciting as an actor to watch them bring just new performances forward or find new experiences in this as well. And obviously, as you know, it's got the kids. Some of them are, again, experienced veterans themselves that have been in other shows around the Howell area, and again, some new ones. But the real key that you hit on right out the gates is the sound. I mean, the music in it it's not just like people singing to a click track. There's some really great voices in this chorus, and a lot of harmony. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we got some clips put together from one of the rehearsals. I believe last night you guys were doing a dress rehearsal. We had a spy amongst you.
Are we allowed to use that?
Yeah, we are.
We have authorization?
We do, well, I don't know. We're going to do it anyway. So this is about a minute long here.
This is a bootleg?
Yeah, it's a bootleg. I got a bootleg. I got the Sound of Music bootleg going on here. But yeah, we're going to play this. It's about a minute long, and it's different clips from several different songs. And I believe this starts with Ellie Ullman, who plays Liesel. And so let's take a listen.
So, Rob, when you're off when you're not in a scene and they're singing some of the other songs, do you find yourself singing along with it like the rest of us would?
Everybody. What's exciting is when you've got enough long break during the production itself, or if you're not in a scene for one or two scenes, you'll find a lot of the cast actually sneaking out into the seats to watch. That's how exciting the show is to just listen to. But it's definitely a toe tapper. We expect people in the audience to hum along, so it just helps the cast on stage even enjoy the songs that much more.
Yeah, and it's a great family show. I mean, that's the nice, wonderful music, and
you're opening up Mother's Day weekend too, so that's pretty good too.
I think that was a pretty good marketing decision on their part.
So people can get tickets again, opening night this Friday night, Community Theatre of Howell, and people can get tickets online, cththeater.org, and you can go there and it'll link you to where you can buy your tickets. And think it's going to be just a wonderful weekend of shows. And you got 2 weekends, this weekend and next.
That's correct. Yep. We've got Friday, Saturday, evening performances, Sunday matinees on both weekends. So definitely something to come out and bring the family to. And yeah, can't wait to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
All right, Rob. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Rob Summers playing Captain Von Trapp in the CTH production of The Sound of Music. And as John said, cththeater.org. That's theater with an R-E.
Yeah, it's Pinky's Out Theater.
Yeah.
Because it's R-E instead of E-R. Okay.
Well, Rob didn't think that was funny.
That joke bombed.
I didn't get what you said there. It dropped beyond me.
No, don't worry. It's best that you didn't, Rob.
He's the only one that thinks it's...
I make it every time, and no one laughs. I still don't learn. Okay. Yeah, CTH Theater. That's RE.org.
Yes, RE.
Yes.
The proper RE.
Right, exactly. And, of course, opening night this Friday, Community Theatre of Howell. Rob Summers, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, gentlemen.
Yep.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
I want to thank our friends at Murphy's Family Auto.
Yeah.
If you're having car troubles, see our friends at Murphy's Family Auto. You tell them Mike and John sent you, you get a discount.
Right. If you come in and sing it.
Oh, maybe our theme.
Yeah.
We'll send you the lyrics if you need it.
Yeah, or sing maybe a song from Sound of Music.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
Do, re, mi.
Right. You come in there. And then say Mike and John sent me, they'll give you 5% off.
Exactly. They're open on Saturdays too.
You don't have to sing. You can just say Mike and John sent me.
Although if you're saying we'd like video of that.
Get a video of that, yeah. Just the look on Glenn or
Dennis's
face. Yeah, just when they go, what is happening here?
That's right. They'll take care of you.
Murphy's Family Auto. Check them out online, murphysfamilyauto.com, or give them a call, 517-552-3040.
Today is May 10th.
Yeah, it is.
National Bike to School Day.
No thanks.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Elementary school.
Elementary school, yeah.
Didn't even have to lock our bikes up back in those days.
Yeah.
You could trust your fellow students not to steal your bike.
How old we are.
That's it.
I remember.
Don't have to have a chain. Although the tricky part was if you had the lock with that loopy chain, either remembering your combination or not losing your key when you rode your bike to school.
The thing, you're right. You would ride to elementary school was fine to ride your bike.
Yeah.
Middle school, I don't remember many people riding their bike.
We walked to school. We were cool.
Yeah, you were too cool for that.
Yeah.
But then by high school, if you weren't yet
if
driving,
you rode your bike to school, nerd.
yeah, well, maybe your 10-speed.
Okay, somebody rode their 10-speed.
When I was a freshman, I couldn't drive yet.
It's National Shrimp Day
I didn't
today.
want my mom dropping me off.
No, that would be worse.
So I'd rather ride my 10-speed.
Give Mommy a kiss goodbye. Have a good day.
No.
Just drop me off at the corner. I'm
I gotta go.
good. National Clean Up Your Room Day.
Yeah.
It should be every day, but we make a national day for it just in case it's a once-a-year thing.
It usually is.
Yeah. World Lupus Day today and National Shrimp Day, too, for those that like shrimp on the Barbie or elsewhere. 1752 on this day.
1752.
Benny J. Franklin.
Benny J. Benny and the Jets. Maybe that's where Benny and the Jets came from.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
First tested the lightning rod. Oh. That's gutsy when you think about it,
kind
don't
of
you
is,
think?
yeah. But he had faith that he knew that he was grounded. You know,
He got grounded, never cleaned his room.
He said, I'm gonna fly my kite anyway, Mom. And no, don't drive me to school in the horse and wagon.
The buggy is just not cool enough. 1853,
We're such idiots.
Chef George Chum.
You know, I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay, I'm
Chef
just
George Chum.
I'm not eating anything from a Chef Chum.
You have eaten something from a Chef
I have?
Chum. Yes, you have. Many times.
What? Oh,
Chef George Chum of the Corey Moon Lake House
okay.
in Saratoga Springs, New York, invented the potato chip. Thank you, Chef Chum.
Damn right I have. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I take that back.
You should be ashamed of
I am
yourself.
ashamed of myself. I'm so ashamed.
Why is there not Chumley chips?
I'm going to eat my feelings with a bag of chips later.
All right, best chip, worst chip.
Chum chips.
Why are there not Chumleys, you know?
Well, Chumleys.
Pick up
okay.
a bag of Chumleys.
Pick up a Chumley. You can't eat just one. Yeah.
Well, you know, we've got Better Made here in Michigan, which are very good chips, especially the barbecue. Then you have, of course, the chips you can make duck lips from with your Pringles.
Like the Ruffles.
Well, you got Pringles.
Pringles. Yeah.
And then Ruffles, they've
Sometimes
got
the
ridges.
Ruffles. Yeah.
You know, to hold, hold your dip on because that's important. And then like Munchos.
Munchos.
Munchos would just tear up your mouth.
Oh, my
like
God. Them and Funyuns. It's like that.
Are Funyuns really that fun?
No. First of all,
it's onion chips.
It's onion chips.
No.
I'm not going there. And it is like the Captain Crunch of potato chips. Yeah. You're ripping up your mouth.
Munchos.
But I can't.
I think the salt helped them.
Well, yeah.
What were the other ones that were like rinds? You
mean pork rinds?
Pork rinds.
Yeah.
No thanks. East met West on this day in 1869.
I had a pork rind story, but I'll let it go.
Let's save that for another time. Maybe for our Mike and John night.
Oh, sure.
At Eternity Brewing. Did you hear we're having a Mike and John
I
night?
did hear that. I believe that's Thursday, June 1st.
We might have some Chum Chips there.
You think we might?
I don't know. I imagine they have some chips to go with the
Come
beer.
on down to Eternity Brewing Thursday, June 1st, 6 o'clock. We're raising money for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We're going to have Chum Chips, and I'm going to tell my pork rind story.
Yes, he is.
Come on down.
I'll be away from the table at that time.
Okay.
1869, East met West. Yes, it was Rocky versus... No, it wasn't. 1869, with the new transcontinental railroad line, was completed with the driving of the Golden Spike into the last railroad tie in Utah. Do you think it was really gold? No. They painted that thing gold. Had a can of Rust-Oleum, sprayed that sucker, got out the sledgehammer. Some politician acting like he's doing the work and got the photo.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, everybody would have been rushing to Utah to get that spike.
I think they put it in and they just took it right out.
They have to use another railroad tie to pry this. They bent the thing. 1908, the nation's first Mother's Day observance was on this day during a church service in Grafton, West Virginia.
Oh, that's nice.
1908.
That's nice.
It's on this day in 1960, the American atomic sub, the USS Triton, was completed the first around the world underwater trip.
Wow.
in part to test the physical and physiological effects on humans when deprived of sunlight and fresh air for an extended length of time.
Oh, man.
I don't know how long it took.
But
back then they're not moving at a ton of speed. I would.
Well, I mean, you're going around the world, so even at a good pace, it's still going to be a while.
Come back, nobody recognizes you.
You're in a tin can with a bunch of other guys who are,
horny too,
farting and belting.
1960.
We need some Glade.
It's on this day in 1985. The Go-Go's called a press conference to announce they were splitting.
Oh. Sad. Then they got back together.
I think they did get back together for reunion tour or whatever. But Belinda Carlisle wanted her own solo career, and she did all right.
And she did, yeah. And then they have a Broadway musical now
with the Go-Go's.
Yeah. Well, it's based on their music. That's like the thing to do now.
Yes.
We're waiting for the Mike and John musical.
Oh, it's on its way. In 2013 in New York. Yes. Crane operators hoisted the final pieces of the spiral atop of the One World Trade Center, formerly called the Freedom Tower.
Right.
And it was on this day in 2017, Apple became the first company to be worth more than $800 billion. 2023, it could be Gigo.
Oh, yeah.
We're right behind that.
Hold on. Let me
pulling up.
Let me log into our bank account.
See where we're at. Are we pretty close to 800 billion? If you'd like to help us,
maybe 2024. Maybe that'll be our year. But seriously, actually, everything that we provide here, the news, the entertainment, bringing on folks like Gillis Benedict, who just covered the Howell Farmers Market this past weekend. Some fabulous pictures. You can check those out on our website or on Facebook.
And to maintain the website, we need cash for that,
and to maintain the website. People have come to rely on the website for daily news coverage to keep you in tune. Leah Craig, has come on board and providing us some excellent news coverage. She's the one that broke the story yesterday that we talked about with the incident with the community organizer and the swastika on her tree. And hey, these are things that are happening in our community, and you want to know about it. And Gigo was the first to report it, and that's thanks to Leah Craig and her efforts. And so all of this takes money, and so for those who are able to maybe pitch in and say, hey, I want to be a Gigo supporter, you can do it real easy. Just go to Venmo here. We've got the Venmo QR code up on the screen. Just snap a picture of that with your phone, and you can go ahead and make a donation there. And even if you can't do that, again, we always say, talk to our advertisers. Let them know that you appreciate their support.
Exactly. Whether it's Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor, or Firehouse Doors, our OG sponsor.
The OG.
Yes, we appreciate everything they've done for the show.
Right. And we figured out the order of advertisers. So Firehouse Doors was OG. Okay. Then Jordan Genso was the OG.
Coming in a close number two.
Yeah. Then Murphy's was the OGGG. And then Cooper and Binkley was the OGGGG.
Yes.
I think.
They were all pretty early on, though. We appreciate the support, and they
and
continue to do so.
They've been solid supporters. And all the other businesses, we've had various advertisers through the year and a half that we've been up and running. And boy, we want to thank all of them. And we would like you to let them know you appreciate their support for MikeandJohnPodcast.com.
All right, and coming up tomorrow, we'll have Rich Perlberg with The Less You Know. We'll also reveal, for those that are going to join us for the Mike and John Night at Eternity Brewing, to raise funds and recognize the champions of the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and to put our team together. We've just received the pictures of the Mike and John team. They got it going on.
Sharp.
Yeah.
But
not today.
Not today.
Tomorrow. Not today, John.
Not today. I wish I had the scream from.
No, we can't show that. YouTube would shut us down.
That's true. We can't do that.
All right, that's going to do it for us today.
All right, we will be back on Thursday. Have a great day.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.